Hello everyone, this is KINOT speaker number 9, dedicated to the memory of Lucy, Maya, and Rina D. The next Kina on Tisha B'Av morning starts with the words Eicha Yashva Chavatzeret HaSharon. It goes through the various Mishmarot Kehuna. Not every Kohen served in the temple every day, but rather, when the Beis HaMikdash stood, they divided up the Kohanim into 24 different Mishmarot, and everyone had a turn, everyone had a rotation, and ultimately it goes through the cities of Kohanim one by one and basically laments how all these cities have been destroyed and we no longer have the Kohanim work in the Beis HaMikdash. But the question is, why do we dedicate an entire Kina just to the Kohanim? And there's probably 3 answers that are possible. Number 1, the Kohanim are not just those that serve in the temple. They're the intellectual heads of the Jewish people. Indeed, it says about the Kohanim, Yoru Mishpatecha leYaakov v'Toratcha leYisrael. They're going to be the ones to instruct. They're going to be the teachers of Torah. They're going to be the ones to paskin halacha. And that was lost. That was lost when the temple was destroyed. Number 2, the very fact that we no longer have a temple means that the Kohanim don't do much of their job description. Namely, they used to work in the temple. They used to have a job there above and beyond saying duchening or getting first right of refusal at benching or at aliyahs. And unfortunately today, their particular position has been very, very minimized. And that's what we lament. So it could be either that the Kohanim ultimately are no longer the leaders, the intellectual leaders of the Jewish people, or it could be that we just say about the Kohanim, much of their job description is not being done. But Rav Soloveitchik added a third reason. It doesn't take much time to get from the old city walls to the Har HaBayit, to the Temple Mount, and destroy the temple. And yet, we've been mourning since Shiva Asar B'Tammuz for 3 weeks. Namely, during the second temple, or in the first temple from Tet of Tammuz, the Kohanim fought tooth and nail not to allow the Babylonians in the first temple, the Romans in the second, to destroy the Beis HaMikdash. They fought tooth and nail so much that it took 3 weeks to get to what takes us today 5 minutes to walk. And therefore, we dedicate an entire Kina to the Kohanim because they stood there and animately and very stubbornly not to allow our enemies to destroy the temple. And I believe there's a message here for us even today, and that is, what are we willing to fight for? What are we willing to have scars on our body for? What ideology or halacha or place are we willing to say, for this, I'm willing to fight to the finish? A challenge that I think each and every one of us have to ask when we go through this Kina. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.